Chill Fridays. So it's not too good. All right, so we're actually recording finally. So I got Witch Doctor here. You may see this on both our channels, probably. Yeah, you'll probably see that. We were trying to do this a while ago. We had our schedules are kind of crazy because we're responsible people. We got shit to do. So, Witch, I'm curious. I would really like to know your because I heard about you through words on Black YouTube streets. Basically, that's how I heard from you. I just heard that your channel was good. Your channel had good convos. That's how I heard about your channel originally. But when did you find a space first? Let's figure that out.
How I found this space, I actually found the first channel in the space I knew about would be Lapeef.
Okay.
Yeah, during the pandemic, my ex at the time, you know what I'm saying, but my girlfriend at the time, now my ex, she put me on to Lapeef and shit. She was watching that shit. I don't even know why. Lapeef, Kevin Samuel, all of that shit. And it was good entertainment because we would see like women go up there and Kevin Samuel would do them crazy. And that shit, it was funny because we wasn't privy to like all the dating problems people having. Like I didn't take the shit serious. I didn't know it was that big of issues online, you know what I'm saying? But then I started watching Lapeef. Then from Lapeef I seen Anton Daniels, you know what I mean, and Fight Club and stuff like that. And from the Fight Club, the first channel that I've been on from Fight Club was Beans. That's back when he had this shit called I Seen Your Little Podcast. That was his channel. You know what I'm saying? His channel was called I Seen Your Little Podcast. And I was already doing a podcast outside of this space named Woke Juice Crew. It was me and these two other chicks. One of them, she did readings, like tarot readings. And the other one, we was just cool. All three of us was cool. We was in the same Facebook groups and shit like this. So we started doing the podcast. And then Beans let us do a podcast we had our own channel, but every Sunday we'll do our podcast on his channel because he had more subs. Back then I had like 50 subs. Okay. So I started working with Beans. Shit went left. Shit went south. You know what I'm saying? And I stopped working with him. And then I was just moving around YouTube, giving content creators such as yourself and other content creators like free beats. Yo, check out these free beats. And I would remix popular songs so they could play the popular songs on YouTube without getting a copyright strike. Like, let's say you want to play like a MF Doom, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But MF Doom, it might be copyrighted. So what I'll do, I'll take the acapella, isolate the vocals, put it on my beat, and send it to YouTubers for free so they could shout my channel out. And then I actually start selling the shit. This one YouTuber, Hamburger Man, the guy from Portugal, he was promoting my channel for the free beats, and then he offered to start paying me. So he was paying me every month to do production. But then now he started trying to dictate how I do my channel and who I do business with. So we end up that relationship did not last. That shit expired.
You were on so you were watching Lapeef, and then you saw Fight Club. You were doing beats for Hamburger Man. So that's that's the name you have for the guy.
Yeah, I don't wish to call his name. I don't have respect for his name, so fuck him.
Okay, that's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. Anton. Okay, so I call it the zombie war during everyone getting sick and all that. Yeah, so during Zombie War, Lapeef, Anton, got all that, Kevin Samuels, all that was happening. Yeah. Well, Kevin was happening before Anton, though. So did you actually like watching Lapeef at first when you first found it?
When I first found it, I thought it was fun because I never seen content done in that form before. Whereas a couple of people up there talking. I wasn't into podcasts. So I thought it was cool. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying? So I started watching it a lot because Lapeef is like the same type of content the panels do, Lapeef is one of the first panels probably the first panels I ever seen. I seen the Sonettas and because I used to be watching the conscious community binge. Like I know all of these niggas, Sonetta, Polite, the red pill blue, all of these niggas, you know what I'm saying? That's what I used to watch because I used to be extremely pro black, you know what I mean? Before I came to this space.
Okay.
So this is that's the first type of content I've seen outside of people just dropping knowledge, debating religion and shit. This is the first thing outside of that shit I've seen. You know what I mean? Well, I'm muted. How old is your kid?
She's turning 9 this year.
9?
Yeah, turning 9 this year. Yeah.
Damn, you can't put on it like kids that's 9 and stuff. People have them on autopilot on tablets and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, like two to like 2, 4, they give you a run for your money. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, dude, 2 to 3 was something, man. That was a good workout. That's a father workout. That was insane. But it'll keep you active, though. It will keep you active.
And you and your daughter probably got a good relationship. Yeah, I'll probably be rocking. Yeah, that's why. That's why.
Daddy's girl type thing.
Yeah, that's why.
Which don't complain. I'm not complaining. I mean, it is good. I just hope, you know, I was saying this before that, you know, fatherhood is cool and all, but I don't like when dudes are trying to lean on it to cope. I think that's kind of lame.
What you mean?
Like some dudes they'll want kids only because, maybe he or she will grow up older and that person will take care of me, that type of thing.
Take care of them. Yeah.
See, that's where it's lame. I'm like, no, if you think there's no guarantee with fatherhood. Like you could do your best and he or she might switch up on you when that person is an adult. You never know. So, you know, you can only throw, you know, positive stones in the pond and just hope, hey, everything works out. But that's really it. There's no book that's going to make you a good parent or not. There's nothing to read. Honestly, I didn't read anything. I didn't watch anything. I'm just assuming based on behavior and action. Okay, I guess I'm doing okay. That's about it. That's all I can go by.
I guess that's all you could do. Like imagine like you was your kid and what you would probably, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
all you
can do yet. So you know what I mean? I don't got the answers. Like I'm working on it right now, actually.
Right. And I still don't have the answers. Like I'm still learning, right? Now, if I'm like an OG, right, with a bunch of kids that are older and now I can talk my mess. But now, hell, I still can't talk mess. I can only talk mess to a certain extent.
This is your first kid?
First and probably only, honestly. Be honest. Yeah, to be honest. Probably only one.
Give her a sibling, goddamn.
Well, it's a different time, dog. Like if it was like early 2000s, maybe.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Early 2000s.
There's too much influences. Like it's too much. You gotta like, to me nowadays, you can't be making kids if you're not gonna be able to have time to raise them, because there's so much shit out here to influence kids and shit like that. You gotta be careful.
Time, resources, all that. I mean, if you're not, it's just everything's expensive now. Not something the space seems to want to talk about for some reason. I mean, the dating market's trash. We already know that. The car market is trash. The job market is trash.
The
cost of living, the housing's trash. Like, everything is bad right now. Everything really sucks. And if you're like a millennial, like me or Gen Z, you're kind of like, you're gonna see more people online coping, and that's women included. It's not just the men. You're gonna see a lot more people coping. That's the truth. But are you a millennial? How old are you?
I'm 36.
Oh, okay, shit. We're the same age. I just turned 36 like this month. There we go.
Oh, that's what's up. I'll be this year. I think this year is 37.
Okay.
Well, I'm born 1989.
Oh, okay, 1990. Okay, you'd be surprised. We're actually in this space. We're actually fairly young now. That most people in this space are in their 40s, 50s, and up. Actually,
like 30s and below is like the minority in this space.
Yeah. But here's my opinion though. I think that it's kind of backwards, because the people that need to maybe want to hear their thoughts out, I would rather think that would be younger folks, because maybe they're trying to figure this stuff out right now, the dating crap, right? I mean, if you're 40s, 50s and up, I would assume you already figured that shit out. So kind of like, why you here? Why you here? That's why I cannot stand old niggas. I just can't stand them being here because it's like,
Bro. And
you
don't get
are
me wrong.
50,
I,
60, 70 years old, maybe even
I
80.
I don't like old niggas, but I respect elders because some older people got wisdom. But these
Yeah, right.
crying old, you old as hell and you crying on the internet, bro. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. You trying
I
to
do not.
scare me into going into family and relationships and parenthood and shit. Is like, what the fuck, man? Tell me what you did wrong and what you could have done or something. And point me in the direction of somebody who know what they're talking about. That
Right,
shit is
but
crazy.
you're not going to hear them say what their mistakes were or what they did wrong. They're just coming here assuming they have this great knowledge and stuff like that. Once again, some dudes want to figure it out for themselves. Some dudes want to be parents. Some dudes want to be family dudes. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. But why should I get experience? My advice from you. A person who we have no idea where you come from. You just decided to enter the portal, and now you're have talking points coming from fucking Anton and Lapeef and all these other niggas. I mean, that's just I don't take that seriously. And then also smoke for the women as well too, right? If you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and you're still doing this gender war bang thing, unless it's for entertainment, if it's not for anything else, it should be only for entertainment purposes. I mean, I would think. I wouldn't think like you're coming here trying to school people to be like, Black YouTube's auntie or some shit. And I hope you would.
Yeah, I don't got high expectations from the people in this space as far as getting information from them. I got a note and a pad by my computer, but that's to remember stuff like who sent me, who got credit, who requested a song. I don't be giving a fuck about what these dudes be talking about, bro.
Yeah.
I actually grew up with a single dad. I grew up with my dad, right? So a lot of stuff like I learned from him indirectly, just from like observation and shit like that, right? And it's like I don't be longing for some sort of father figure. That's not what I be in. I look at most of these people in this space as entertainment, bro. Like this shit is not like.
Yeah, you already got the right mindset. Now, I found this space back in 2019 before the Lapeefs and all that stuff, and before then, you would hear dudes talk about what they were going through on some real shit, like, hey. I dealt with this. Maybe I dealt with this divorce, or I dealt with this breakup, and that's just what happened. And this is how I figured the shit out. Like, you used to hear that shit all the time. Now, and I think it was a bit better back then because, at least they're not coming off as experts and fucking coaches and all this dumb shit. I mean, they're just saying, hey, I had this issue and this is what happened. It sucks. I think that's better to hear than you just assume everyone's a fucking expert in this space. Like, everyone's a pro. No one has no flaws, nothing in this space. Like, everyone is this crystal clean and,
I agree with what you're saying there. If somebody come at you on a human level, like, yo, I've been through this, you're gonna empathize and you're gonna listen to them. But if somebody coming with so much conviction, like they got what they saying is the end all be all, you're gonna either one, be sketchy, extremely sketchy, or you're gonna take what they saying as the complete gospel. But if I know that you've been through some shit, I'm gonna take what I could take from what you've been through, and the other shit I'm gonna leave it out. But how they talk is like you gotta take everything they saying, or some people would be like, nah, these niggas is idiots. But sometimes they surprise me with shit they might say every now and then. Yeah. But I don't come in with the expectation of that shit, bro.
Yeah, it's very rare now. It's very rare. So yeah, when you hear it, you're like, oh shit, okay, cool, dope. But then that might be once in a couple of times a month, or even a couple of months throughout the year. But then with the women too, I mean, you're not hearing honest stories on their side either. In fact, you're not hearing anything. You're just like, okay, why did all these women in the space now, right? Well, there's a reason for that. Not just Lapeef and Kevin Samuels and all that, but before then there was less female channels, right? And now you notice everything's co-ed. Everything's co-ed now, right? But you're not hearing their stories either, right? And I was saying this before. I don't know if you're cool with Sharon or Rimlord or whatever, but I was saying on this channel that I was saying the thing about his channel is that you're always gonna let's talk about the underage topic, which is terrible, right?
It is.
But you're always gonna hear niggas are creeps, right? That's the default outcome of that convo, right? It doesn't matter if you talk about it this year or last year. That's gonna be the outcome, right? But you don't hear the other side of it, where are the female creeps at? Like, where's the woman that dated a a younger kid or something, and you're telling me that person is not in this space, that's cap. Like there has to be one example of that. And the fact that you're going to keep having this reset topic, right, with the same outcome, the same niggas are creeps, I get it, but like there's a whole other side that we're not even hearing. And it's just like, well, if you're not going to because most women are smart enough to know in this space, you're not going to tell your L's. You're not going to tell your fuck ups, right? If anything, you're going to hear what they did right. If anything, you're not going to hear what they did wrong, right? Dudes just seem to not care in this space. That's been a yearly. That's kind of like a habit. Like they don't care.
I think it's because the dudes get comfortable. Because we the majority in the space. A lot of dudes get comfortable and just be talking, bro. And that's it. And it's a good and a bad thing, because if somebody is actually a creep, I would want them to expose themselves actually. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not listening to throw everything on them as a conviction, because that should make people uncomfortable to talk. You want people to talk so you could see who is who. You can't just jump to accusing, and you ain't even like that should be crazy, because a lot of these people, they got family members and people at their work that watch these shows and shit. And this is why I be telling people stay away from these conversations, because somebody could paint you crazy in the eyes of your people that's watching. This shit is wild to me, man.
Yeah, that's why I said, you guys, I don't know why you guys are comfortable talking about that topic in 2026. When you guys are all canned up and stuff, like you guys should probably go somewhere else to talk about that shit. Now, maybe years back when everyone was an avatar, maybe you could talk about that. But things have changed, because of Kevin and Lapeef and all that stuff. A lot of people cammed up. A lot of people, that wasn't a thing. This space used to be like full avatars all over the place. There's avatars and YouTube hangouts and shit. And
man, I talk about the same topic you talking about yesterday. Man, that shit was crazy, because I think with that conversation, the people who listening need to take their filters down when they're listening and not be looking for something to convict somebody on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Hearing people out in totality. But I also think the people who talking, we gotta be a little sensitive. This is not one of them conversations when you're like, nah, I'm just gonna give it to you raw. Nah, you gotta be sensitive, because there's people that been through shit actually, and this shit is triggering for them. So I think if on both parts, the listeners and the speakers go into it like that, I think we could have a genuine conversation. But both sides, one side is not watching what they're saying, they just saying any shit insensitively, and the other side listening too sensitively, you know what I'm saying, waiting for some shit, and the shit just is a flammable conversation.
Right. And everyone's looking for some viral moment now. Everyone's looking for some type of highlight or something they can put on TikTok or some shit. So, these convos have been talked about for a long time, even before when I found a space, right? And there's still some people that will listen to this stuff, even if they've been in the space since 2016 or before that. They just like the convo. I don't know, but I guess my thing is, hopefully you've learned anything. Have you learned something, or are you just consuming it for entertainment purposes? My thing is, once you've heard all these talks and combos, as a dude, I think you should probably move on and just take it as full of entertainment, or maybe try to use what you learned maybe in real life or something. But I guess that's kind of a blurry thing nowadays with what's going on with the space. It's kind of, maybe that's not the case.
To be honest with you, Soul, in a conversation like that, I don't really see much to learn other than the people's interactions and reaction. But from a conversation like that, I never was the kind of person that date people that's far out of my age range. You know what I'm saying? Because I just fucking don't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't foresee the likelihood of me, and I'm not that kind of person. I don't be clubbing like that. I don't. So the likelihood of some shit like that in my reality is thin. Even a lot of these relationship talks, I don't run into the same relationship issues as a lot of people, because I never really date like way out of my lane, like you know what I'm saying, I don't be on a tourist for that shit, you know, like dating out of my lane, or like trying to get 6 figures so I could get women. Like I never really,
Yeah, right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I'm 5'10". I'm not even 6 feet. So none of this shit.
Yeah,
It
right.
don't really be applying to me like that. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm some Rico Suave to get all the bitches and shit like that. But I never seen it as a big enough issue. Like it's just like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, this shit is.
Well, that's the thing. Before the space, I didn't know that height was such a big deal until I entered the space. I had no, because like I said, like you said, I'm not 5 foot, whatever. I would just see dudes who were dating people in college who were all types of heights, you know, short, whatever.
Right, and most women are shorter than you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, right. So, right. But let the space tell you that, yeah, height was a big thing. And I remember I would see people try to validate themselves with other dudes. Like, oh, how tall are you? Well, how tall are you? I'm like, dude, like, why are we doing this performance knowing that women are watching this? Like, this is not the way.
And
man.
you just answered it right there. Performance, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, the internet people is just here for a limited time, subconsciously they know other people gonna see this shit. So they like, look, let me leave. I gotta leave. I only could leave a limited amount of shit. So let me only leave the good. You know what I'm saying? Let me only leave a performer. Let me leave my best. You know what I'm saying? It's like to me, when you put your best, when people say put your best foot forward, it's slightly performative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because your best foot might not even be your default foot. You know what I'm saying?
It can't be.
You know,
because you're gonna have to keep up that performance every day. That's not realistic.
And even the 6 foot shit and all of that, bro. Like when people is in them dating apps and they put in what they want, they not put in what they would settle for. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you's trying to sell a car for like 4 bands, but you would really accept 3. You know what I'm saying? But you selling it, you're not gonna put 3 bands in the description. You're gonna put the 4, you're gonna put the 6 figures, the 6, you know what I'm saying? But you're not putting what you're willing to leave with. Right. You only put in what you came hopeful for. And this is where people be getting it fucked up. They don't see the whole scale, they only see the tip of the scale. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And shit is crazy.
The thing that I think I was saying it in Sharon's channel today, like, you know, we're laughing at the numbers of Black people mating together in the USA. We're laughing at it like it's funny, but I'm like, dude, this shit is not funny, man. Like, I'm in Georgia too. Like, Atlanta is not a Black city anymore, dude. It's not.
It's blended, yeah. I think most major cities is gonna be like that. Like
the most Black cities now are like limited to like what, Alabama, like Detroit, some cities and like some cities in Alabama. Forgot. I think Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham, maybe Detroit. It's very limited. Like even Charlotte, Atlanta. I don't even know if Dallas or Houston count as Black cities. They don't. Like we are losing population like by a lot. It's not that men won or women won, dude. The gender war propaganda is winning, really. Like it's winning right now.
Yeah, that shit is.
So
that shit is crazy.
I'm like, when we're like when they're doing this gender war stuff, I'm like, I hope they understand. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess it goes in your pocket. The monetization stuff is, it's you know, you get your money, but like Blacks as a whole, and I'm talking about not just, you know, I'm African, but Black Americans as well. We are taking an L, like when it comes to mating overall. Like our numbers are bad. In fact, here, even in Atlanta, you're better off. Like white people have a better chance at mating than Blacks do. I think they said Blacks are like majority single in Atlanta, like 80%. Yeah. 20% married, and that's if they're even committed.
Why you think that is, though?
Atlanta has, I guess, it's the casual dating hub. I guess. In fact, you have a better chance you have a better chance in Dallas or Houston, I think, even as a Black person than. So
Atlanta. You're saying Black people is like the majority of people casually dating?
Based on the numbers in Atlanta, I don't know about anywhere else. Yeah. I mean,
that is crazy. I never thought about that.
That's why when you look at the gender war like videos, Atlanta's always taking some diss. Like I'm like, okay, now I see why. You know.
You think it's something to do with economics? But if it was economics, won't people try to cohabitate more?
Right, because and like I said, millennials and Gen Z, cohabitation may be like a really big solution, but this gender war shit would say otherwise, though. Right? This gender war, because I mean, being single comes with a cost. you know, not everyone, like being single, living and being on your own is a luxury to some people. Not everyone can even afford that. And nowadays. So I'm not saying cohabitation is a solution, but what millennials and Gen Zs are dealing with, I don't know if being alone is totally the solution.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't recommend it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I don't know. Well,
I wouldn't tell people to just be in a relationship just to solve the economic issues, but I just don't think because a lot of people think I don't know, I think when you get older you start thinking about shit like that, like family, economics. But when you're younger, you don't be thinking about shit like that. Most people don't even care about how much they got saved up or none of that shit when we're younger. We just, you know what I'm saying? We think we'll do that shit later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. No one thinks about that damn shit. So what did you think about what did you see when Kevin Samuels died? Did you see like how the space kind of did a huge pivot once he died? Did you see that?
You see, when he died, I didn't understand the space as yet. So I can't I didn't see like a before and after. I didn't even know it was a space.
Okay.
I didn't know what a space was. I was like, the space? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, but Kevin was, he used to get roasted on the panels all the time. Like people were making fun of him, you know, doing reviewing perfumes and all that other shit. You know,
I've seen that shit.
Right. He got viral, you know, did his thing, monetization, and his chat was co-ed, like, you know, women, men, you know, Kendra G was in there trying to clout chase back then. In fact, that's why she even got her single show is based off Kevin's bullshit.
Kevin. Okay.
Yeah. He died. Dude, the space was monetizing his death like crazy. Everyone was doing a Kevin Samuels stream back then on his death, especially the other side who, you know, claimed
who didn't fuck with him.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like they were eating the bones off his corpse. Yeah. Or like that shit was really interesting to see because you know how it is. Although I would say with Anton is a bit different. Like you can survive off not covering Anton. Like, you know, Anton had a little couple of months this year of his little kerfuffle with Corey, whatever the hell. But I don't think if you don't cover Anton, I think you're pretty much okay. Like I think Kevin was way bigger deal than Anton's whatever.
Of course, bro. Celebrities, Nicki Minaj, Future.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Samuels was like, to me, Kevin Samuels made it to the highest level of that anybody did in this space. I don't think anybody surpassed him as yet.
No.
What I would say though, I did appreciate Kevin Samuel as a content creator. Just like Anton. I'm not an Anton fan, but I appreciate his content creation strategy and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I look at all of these people as entertainment. I'm not a Kevin Samuel follower or somebody that look to him for advice. I don't got the Kevin Samuel manuscript, none of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it was entertaining to watch. It was entertaining to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, he provided cope. I mean, it was cope content for women and men. That's pretty much what it was. But he did the content thing the right way. I mean, he did it the right way that would get him the monetization. And that's when he passed, that's when you start seeing all these clone channels come up. But they slowly disappeared. In fact, even Kevin's channel now is like dying, literally, views wise. Like people just stopped caring. You know, people used to say, "Oh, Saint Kevin this, Saint Kevin that. Oh, he's the Messiah." All this other shit.
Yeah, I don't know about all of that. That's weird. I seen somebody that had I seen a Kevin Samuel tattoo.
Oh yeah, we used to make fun of that. Yeah, that was real. Shit was crazy.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, then Lapeef came. Yeah, Lapeef, and it was just the same topics. Just that it was everyone was canned up, like good production wise. I think that thing was good. I don't take them that. I never really cared. I guess because I've seen it. I've seen it before, so I'm like, well, what's the point watching that? But I mean, a lot of people came from that. A lot of these even you, a lot of people came from that. Right. And there's gonna be someone after that, right? After the Antons and Lapifs, and there's going to be someone else. It's a cycle. It's basically a cycle. And clearly you have veered off, right? I don't think you take Lapif or Anton seriously at all.
No, I always looked at it as entertainment.
Yeah.
I look at it as I'm watching a couple of different characters give
exactly.
their opinions. You know what I'm saying? And it's entertaining to me because I like people watching. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a fan of how humans think. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I like hearing how this is what people be like, yo, why the fuck you got JP up there? You know, I don't agree with what JP be saying most of the time.
Right.
However, I be wanting to hear what made him think like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's all I be wanting to understand. Like, why does he think that this is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
his way of thinking. Yeah. But you said it right. Characters, right? Because characters have different arcs, right? They could change up, right? So you keep your expectation kind of neutral, you know, because a character could always change based on the storyline, right? He could be a bad guy, good guy, maybe an anti-hero or a woman, right? So you said it right. Characters, right? Because they change up, right? And that's the entertaining part of it, right? That's why, I mean, this is my opinion though. For the space to survive, you need characters. That's just the truth. It's not really these convos. You need the people. That's what I see. That's why the chat is so important.
Bro, you right about that shit, man.
Yeah, that's why the chat is so important. People can try to fake it or not be honest about it. The chat in this space is a very big deal. It's more important than the topic, actually.
Bro, you're so right about that shit that if you notice the topics that the space was shaped around, when you talk about something, last night we was talking about deja vu and dreams. People still fuck with it. It's not about the topics. People don't care about it's the characters. It's the different characters that got different perspectives. Any topic we talking about is gonna be interesting. It don't gotta be the shit that they think it is, bro.
Right. Exactly.
Look how much times we review each other. What topic is that? You know what I mean?
Right. It's the people. That's why you want both sides, right? It can't just be one-sided. That's boring. That's not entertaining. That's why when it comes to the characters, I don't want them to change on the spot. I want them to, maybe they'll do it on their own, right? Example, Taz. Taz is a great example because years back, he was a villain. Now he's an anti-hero. He did that shit on his own. It's entertaining that he even did that. That's great. You know, I watched him back then and I watched him now. I'm like, I like it. It's great. Even JP, he might change up. Who knows in the future, you know? He might.
I think he changed a little bit. I seen him change a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I've seen changes in different people. Either they change and they revert back to the default setting, or they attempt to change. But like most people in the space, I've seen they grow, they change in different ways and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'll give you. We're saying names because I'm being messy. Like Venus, right? Venus or any of these new female channels, right? Okay, you're in a space, cool, right? I'm just observing. I want to see what you're gonna do, right? Because I've seen other characters like yourself. I'm waiting to see what you're gonna do, right? Just like Sharon Rimlord. I've seen other channels like him. I'm waiting to see what you're gonna do. That's why I don't try to change these people. They're filling a gap, right? They're filling a gap. That's why I would say Cynthia G, right? Cynthia G is kind of OG now status, right? But a new Cynthia G would be great for the space. You know,
Cynthia G changed before because she was pro-black.
Yeah.
And then she become anti-men.
Yeah.
Anti-black men. Yeah.
The bullet bag movement, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's calmed down. But I'm like, these female channels, right? If you're going to be the new Cynthia G, please raise your hand so I can know. That way I can watch you specifically, see how you do it. Right.
I seen Venus change too, though.
Okay.
I seen Venus on her FBA shit. Then I seen Venus on her Christianity sanctified shit. Yeah. Then I seen her go back to, you know what I'm saying, these men. And then I seen it, bro. Since I've been in this space, me and Venus fell out fell back in, fell out, you know what I'm saying? We practically we like family now, you know what I'm saying? The amount of time we fall out and fall back in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Candy Cane's as although she's technically an OG, but she now decided to make a channel. I'm like, okay, Rogue C's there, new person. I guess Reese should start a channel. I mean, she says some wild shit in the chat. She'd be great.
Nah. If Reese start a channel, that shit is gonna YouTube will take that shit down in less than 2 weeks.
Well, but
She
sometimes
be out of
need,
here. Reese's too crazy. You know what I'm
but see,
saying?
that's the thing. Sometimes you need an extreme character, though.
She
Sometimes
need
you
to be a co-host on somebody's channel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, co-host.
Yeah.
But look, well, think about this. Back to JP as an example, right? Crazy character, right? But look how much content JP provided, right?
True.
A lot of people were reviewing him, right? A lot of people were having him on his panels, right? People were talking about him in the chat. That's also content. I mean, that's 3 avenues, and I mean, just like that, you need people like that, right? And I think shout out to Auntie, he talked about this. We talked about this before, where you guys, the guys from Lapeef and Anton, you guys are suffering from like lack of characters. That's like back in the days, we had multiple JPs at the same time. You know, we had multiple like bomb cherry.
That's the thing. We got multiple characters, but there's people that's trying to gatekeep who and who comes on panels.
Okay, yeah, that's also.
You see, on my channel, you'll get everybody who come up there. Some people, they don't like that everybody comes up there, and they stifle in the characters because they want themselves to be the only characters or even the main characters. You know what I'm saying? That's why on my channel, bro, I do my monologue and shit at the starting. I get my shit off and I let people up. I don't be the main character every episode.
Oh, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to.
You'll drown the people out with your presence. You'll get stale. You know what I'm saying? You got to let other people get the floor.
Exactly. You know what I mean? That's why I don't, Kuda. You know DJ Kuda?
Yeah, Kuda. Shows out to DJ
Yeah,
Kuda.
I'm being messy again. I'm being messy. But he had this thing called Third Shift, right? It was just, he would go live and cover the space topics and stuff, but he did what you did, where tons of people would come to his channel and pop up from multiple sides of the space, women or men. And that's the way to do it. It's the streams are not about him. It's about the people coming to his panel. Now, does that mean that he's relying on them? No, but because of the freedom of that, that's why we remember Kuda's Third Shift stream so well, because you didn't know what episode some character was going to come up, you know?
Okay.
That's why it became so entertaining, because the content was relying on, like I said, the people, not the fake TMZ crap, right? Well, though this celebrity got pregnant with this one and this one. See, currently, I think that's where everything headed because of Kevin Samuels, I think, was one of the main reasons why things shifted that way. Because, everyone's kind of money hungry, truly money hungry now, because they found out they can monetize gender warring and stuff like that.
I do think relying on the characters is not a good gamble. You know what I'm saying? Relying on solely the characters, because sometimes some characters could stop coming to the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes some characters is like, because you can't let them run wild. Because I know different things about different people that I think other people would find them entertaining. You know what I'm saying? When I used to do studio sessions and shit, right? Or I'm building a beat or anything, or even I'm watching another artist. Like even if I don't fuck with this artist, I want to see why they fan base fuck with them. I still want to understand why they like them. So when I see certain people on the panel, I could understand what would make them pop, like what people would fuck with them on. So some of them you be having to mute them because they would do too much. You can't let them do too much. Like shows out to Aunt Sherry Berry.
Oh yeah,
sometimes you don't want to let her up, but sometimes you got to let her up to let her set it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah.
So you gotta know where to put different people sometimes. Sometimes we having an insightful conversation. You let her up, you gotta turn the mic down. You gotta turn that shit down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because we having an insightful, and you don't want to break the spell from that conversation with some bullshit. But sometimes the conversation is dry. You might need somebody to come up and set it off. You know what I mean?
See, because let's go shout out to Candy Cane. Because Candy Cane said that, the space is actually better now because, it's more co-ed. Sometimes women couldn't go on the men's side, whatever like that. So, and I guess Big J might have to correct me, or I think people were more focused on bullshit back in the day, the more entertaining side of things versus let's have the conversation. Like that seems to be a very like
common thing,
repeated thing that's been heard from like after Kevin Samuels. That's been a thing after Kevin Samuels. Like that wasn't a thing years back. Like we didn't give a shit about conversation. We didn't say all that shit. Like O'Shea's Sunday Rumbles were just like, here's the topic, but here are all the rest of the fucking characters. Let's just go at it. That type of shit. Taz would know. Mr. Fantastic would know. Super Sly, all those other people, they would know.
So wait a minute. And shows out to Candy Cane and Big J. You know what I'm saying? I rocks with both of them.
Yeah.
Candy Cane do a lot of good content, and Big J be going off. But when he's on his own channel, he be saying that you'll get to understand him a little bit more where he coming from and shit like that. You know what I mean? But I didn't know all these people been in this space. So all these people used to be in the chat first.
Yeah, Big J and Candy Cane were before my time. I mean, I think they were based on what Candy Cane said on my stream the other day. That's early 2000s when YouTube got curated and shit. So they're OGs. And that's the thing. I mean, there's other sectors too, the beef sectors and all the other stuff. It's not just this space, but there's other stuff. The beef sector is crazy. I mean, I went on a field trip there before, but they'd be going in at each other. It's beef 24/7. So
yeah, when I hit a link from the beef sector, I don't understand what's going on because I don't know the people and their backstory.
Yeah,
so
they are. They're character dependent, but it's every day. That's the thing. That's the benefit with this space. You get a little break in between, and then you can have your topics, and all that, but you take a little break. But give you an example what the Anton thing I got covered for almost 2-3 months this year, right? That was a stretch. I'm like, and it's on a topic that, and it's like, I'm like, you guys are really milking this, but I'm like, this is gonna die off, because eventually, like you said, you can't rely on the characters, right? But you also can't rely on the tabloids either, right? Because
right.
For a good
when that
2
shit
months,
died down, shit died down, the momentum is gone.
For a good 2 months, that shit was crazy. Like Anton streams, like everyone, like, dude, like this is a tabloid stream, dude. Like this is not based on characters. But I'm like, okay, there's, like you said, a good mixture, right? But it has to be really good. But I guess the space spoke and said that the Anton Corey thing was good enough to talk about for 2 straight months. I don't think it was, but I'm like,
you know why though?
Why?
Because they kept updating, and between the updates there was different developments because people keep bringing back old shit. That shit was crazy. That's my first time witnessing some shit like that on that level in the space, because it's always beef from people going back and forth so you could keep the shit going. There's more shit to be updated on, but they shit was on some next level shit. And I guess because Corey Holcomb is actually bigger than the space. He's like outside of the space. You know what I'm saying? Right.
The tabloids going back and forth like that in this space is not a normal thing. Usually, like you said, Eternal Beast would do that back and forth maybe for a good month or so.
Yeah.
Which I still think is more entertaining, but I understand monetization wise, Anton's little stupid thing for 2 months might have been more money on money wise, right? But I mean, if you compare to chats, I'm pretty sure a kerfuffle from Internal Beef for a month is way more entertaining in a chat versus 50 Anton streams earlier in the year. It's what the people want, though. I mean, obviously the people wanted it. That's why those streams did well, right? So it's what the people want, for the most part.
I think the people wanna I think because YouTube is like some hybrid shit, right?
Yeah.
Is social media and entertainment media come together.
Mhm.
So it's like an interactive entertainment.
Yeah.
So even though you coming to be entertained, you still coming to socialize and interact with the entertainment too. So
Yeah.
people want to get updated. It's like you scrolling on social media, you getting updates on the people that you follow and your friends and all of that shit. So when
Yeah.
people come to this shit, they be wanting to update on JP. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The update on Anton and all of these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true. I mean, if you're interesting character and you get character updates, yeah, they're gonna be interested. Just like with the Cam Samuel shit. Like when we were talking about, oh, there's a like we thought he had a roommate, or there was some shit, some dude in the bed that happened, like the glitch, all the shit with all the stupid shit that happened. I mean, that shit was entertaining as hell.
Yo,
It
that
was funny
shit
as fuck.
wasn't no glitch, bro. I seen the video of that shit. That shit is
Yeah,
insane.
but all that shit was funny. That shit was hilarious. But I think it was more funny because it was internal though. It wasn't a tabloid thing. Like Kevin was from nigga panels and shit. That's where he started. So it was a bit more. That's why I understand the Anton thing, because he came from Lapeef and all that stuff, and I understand why people that came from Lapeef would want to talk about that shit, because I'm like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's internal, so that makes sense. You mentioned trying to keep up with the streaming stuff, right? Because like you said, it is content, but it's content on crack. The way YouTube is doing things where you cannot take a break anymore. And like back in the day, you could be called this thing hiatus. That shit doesn't exist in this space, because everyone is streaming constantly. And if you don't stream, you might miss out. You might miss out. But it's based on what you want to do, right? Like I don't stream. Like I streamed yesterday, but I may not do another Negaverse stream in maybe a week or so, because this the way I do it. Like I wait till things accumulate. That way, I do all the output in one stream. Boom, it's gone. Now I can just do some other shit. Because I even told,
Sometimes when I don't go live, people be messaging me like asking me if I'm going live. You know what I'm saying? Then I feel a little obligated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like just the other day, somebody told me like today I should bump some music and shit, and they'll come through. They got some song requests. I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes people fund a song, we crowd fund songs, and I go and make the song and shit, you know what I'm saying? And we crowd fund it. So a lot of times I feel obligated to go live, you know what I'm saying? If it's somebody's birthday or somebody got some shit going on, they'd be like, yo, you going live? I'll be feeling like obligated sometime to go live when I'm not going live.
There's not a lot of people going live like that, where you can have a mixture of potential characters, right? Kind of meet up. Doesn't matter what space they come from or what side they're on. Like there's not a lot of people doing that. I think you're one of those channels. Who else? I mean, technically I kind of do that, but not on the way you're streaming. Kuda used to do that years ago, like with his third shift. We had a person called Bernard Riley. He used to do that. Oh, Bomb Cherry kinda. Bomb Cherry kinda. Trying to think who else. Sharon, not really sure.
Even Rimlord have a variety. I mean, people still get kicked down, you know what I'm saying? But they're not like banned for coming up there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you have Rimlord, you Hamburger Man, as you say, kinda.
Probably Easy Band.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna
go ahead.
I don't have any.
Just be honest about everybody. Be honest about everybody. And I need this footage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, fair. So for the new niggas, man, I call y'all. I'm gonna include you in there, but I'll call you the new Portal niggas, because you guys came from the new Portal, which was Lapeef and all that, right? Some of y'all.
Lapeef, you said a new Portal.
Yeah, new Portal niggas. That's what I call y'all.
Okay.
But some of y'all, honestly, you, Hamburger Man, as you say, Rimlord, if it's not you three, the others are just like whatever, honestly. I don't even think, like, I don't know what a Beans or Izzy are even talking about. And people have told me, oh yeah, so go ahead and check these channels out. I'm like, okay. And a lot of people from the space that when we entered, like 2019 folks, right? They're not really, maybe we're just old niggas. Maybe we're OGs now, but they're not watching a lot of y'all. Minus you, probably, Rimlord. That might be it. I can't think of any other new person. Oh, and Hamburger Man. Yeah, definitely Hamburger, for sure. That's 4 of y'all, but there's a lot of y'all that started channels. Not just all. There's more of y'all that started channels. But sometimes it's like, that's why I said it's character based, right? You know, I think that's the issue too. You know, this is what Auntie was talking about. Like we know Auntie for what? His purge, right? That's what we know him for. We know him for something, right? Just like we knew DJ Kuda for something. We knew Bernard Riley for something back in the day. Bernard Riley used to co-host with Obsidian. That's how we know him. Angerman, we know him for many things, right? Like, that's how you kind of stuck out. It wasn't your sub count. It might have been your chat. Maybe you stood out because of your chat, or maybe you stood out because you had certain people on your panel.
You know what's crazy about that? Sometimes I be forgetting how much subs I got, bro. Because I can't. If I think about that, I don't be wanting to think. I don't want it to affect me. You know what I'm saying? I try to blank it out. Because there's people that got like 4 or 5 times the amount of subs that I got. Yeah. And we be having the same numbers. So I'm like, man, that shit don't even matter, bro.
Yeah. Who's that chick? MJ? Is that one of the new niggas? MJ?
Yeah, MJ. Yeah, MJ. She got a lot of subs. You know what I'm saying?
MJ struggles treatment with 200K subs, dude.
How she got to? Yo, do they be buying this shit?
We know. Come on. I know you're trying to clip this. No. They're buying it. Come on.
I'm asking for a friend.
Dude, the space is small. All right. The space is small. There is no way you have a character with 200K subs and the space is not talking about the character. I'm talking about woman or man.
Yeah.
Like, come on. This space is small as fuck. 200K and no one's talking about that shit. Yeah, something's off. Something's
wrong. Something's wrong. I can't put my.
This space knows. This space will know when someone is trending and has like 50K something high. Like they'll know. The space will know. They'll know. And I mean, I don't have anything against MJ, but like I said, Negro Spider Sense, dog. I'm like, ain't no one talking about this. Negative Streets did not mention anything about MJ. The only thing I know about MJ is the SIM card shit. That's all.
Could you and let me put MJ so I'll remember that's what we was at. Could you pause it for just a bit? Cause my girl is getting ready for work and I'm trying to
But yeah, there's just not a lot of options. And before we had those options to go on multiple, there were so many channels we could go to. You know, before the Fantastics, the Kudas, the Agons, the Brom Cherries, like we had so many channels. The Bernard Rileys, the breakdowns, it's George's. We just had so many options, but the options are so less. So that was the way to grow back then. That was the way to grow if you were just streaming.
Why you think the options is less?
Well, like I said, Kevin Samuels' influence in Black. Negro 2 Negaverse 2 becoming tabloid centric, heavily centric on tabloids and all that stuff. It killed it because you're better off talking about that because it's trending topics, right? Doesn't matter if you do a stream on it, you do a short or a video, you're more likely to get more success doing that than internal character stuff, right? It's trending. Like you do those 3 things, shorts, videos, and streams on like whatever recent celebrity gossip crap. I mean, you're way better off. Currently, you're way better off if you want to grow, if you're like serious about growing. That's why, although Hamburger Man, as you say, Hamburger Man, he's not doing that. He is he's doing like the reset topics basically, and seems like he's doing super panels with people from his empire, as he says, and also trying to grab people on there like the Tommies and stuff like that, because it brings, you know, he needs new characters and he needs like OG characters as well, like Tommy. Now, I don't really have anything against him. I'm aware that he's done his research, though. I'll give him and Hamp, DJ Hamp, credit because.
Oh, I forgot about Hamp. Yeah, DJ Hamp.
See, that's another thing, right? He has what, 60K subs, right? You see how like it took us like what an hour to remember DJ Hamp? You see what I'm talking about? Where it's like the sub count doesn't matter, right?
But he got his own. DJ Hamp seemed like he got his own ecosystem going on. He got a well-oiled machine. You know what I'm saying?
he got his machine running. He got the donut machine running. He got his machine running. That's true.
He's kind of like a Lapeef, kind of like a different kind of Lapeef type shit. But
he's kind of
to me,
like
he's bigger than his shit is like more. His network is bigger than Lapeef because he got like a bunch of people that help him out in Discord with the editing, with clipping the video. Like he got like his whole shit set up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what it takes, bro. A lot of these people, even Hamburglar, you know what I'm saying? When we used to rock, I used to be working on the back end with him, you know what I'm saying? And different other people would work on the back end with him too and shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with Hamp. He got different people in the back end that help him. I'm not sure what Angry Man does, but I know Anton got editors and you know what I'm saying? So it free you up to do more shit and be consistent because it's not just you know what I mean?
Yeah. YouTube, this not just with Black YouTube, but just YouTube as a whole got harder because everyone is it requires production with multiple things. And you got, figuring out the thumbnail is actually a thing now with thumbnail artists. Before, YouTube, like you be your own self-starter. You do everything on your own. But back then you were only relying on uploads, right? When streaming got popular, I mean, you only had to worry about streaming and uploads. Now you got to worry about shorts, and the way the algorithm is now, like I said, you take one day off, you're kind of cooked. That's why Angry Man, he does everything on his own. He has to. Why? Because look what he does. He does everything on his own. That's why he can't take a break. He can't. He does the uploads. He does the shorts. He does the streaming. He does everything on his own. He's kind of OG. He's an OG though, so he's probably never gonna make a whole production team and do all that bullshit. Probably not. He's probably just gonna write it out like he's been doing. Now, as you can see, his chat has been decreasing a lot.
Yeah.
I just think he's OG. Eventually,
do you think he reached his ceiling?
Yeah. There's nothing much you can hear from Angry Man probably anymore that the space has not already heard. And he kind of stayed away from. I think he was more entertaining when he was focusing on like internal beefs and stuff like that. On the entertainment side of things, he kind of went full tabloid TMZ, and
I think if he started doing it if he does it in real life podcast with a fixed group, that's the only other thing I could see him. That's like that. If he had his ceiling, that might be his attic, you know what I'm saying, or some shit, you know what I mean? Like that's the only thing I could see him doing different and bigger, you know what I mean? Doing the same shit he talking about, but like a in real life podcast setting, like what Anton did with don't use coke in the bathroom and shit. What do you think?
I mean, he can't go that direction, but I don't even think there's any point for him to. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he labels himself a full-time YouTuber, but I think he should really just write it out as and then just eventually crash out and be like, hey, I'm done. I think that's a way better way to go. Because I mean, he's had many arcs in the space, like from years before when I entered, right? Just like BGS. BGS is another person that he's still here doing his thing. He never changed up, not really. He never camed up, but he still has.
That would be the next. That could be his what you call it, his secret weapon.
I don't think people want to see. I don't think people want to see BGS, dog. Like we go back to that old nigga shit. I don't think there's no point. No point. I think he might lose his audience if they find out. Because he's a YouTube daddy for certain dudes in the space, just like AM is, just like Anton is, right? Anton has sons. Kevin Samuels had sons and daughters and shit. I don't know. But yeah, you got OGs that are still doing their thing. Obsidian got kicked off. But like I was saying, like the production, like it takes a lot to do these things. So I don't blame you for, like we were talking about before, but streaming every day. I think even some people wanted me to stream every day. And it's like, oh, how come you don't stream like more often? I'm like, because I'm not gonna do this thing every day. No, like it's too stressful. And I'm a struggle streamer. I'm not even monetized.
Oh, you're far from getting, but you on your way to get monetized though. You try. Yeah,
I got the watch hours. This is the sub count, 500 sub count.
The sub, okay.
But people,
the sub count is easier. That's the subs is easier than the monetization.
Yeah, right. And like you said, some people would be like, they're shocked at your sub count because your sub count is not showing like how you do on your streams, right? Because just like Sharon's chat is not showing what he's doing on his channel. Like his channel is like what 7K. Numbers wise, he should be getting way more people in his chat.
Okay, I didn't.
But know that. The Negaverse does have a saturation issue. There is a saturation issue saturated issue as well, right? Like I said, going to full tabloids and stuff like that was a downside. You said Georgia, but are you in Atlanta or just Georgia?
Just Georgia. I'm out here in Cobb County.
Oh no, that's Atlanta. That's basically Atlanta.
Yeah, but it's not really. People from Atlanta say it's not Atlanta.
Whatever. As a fellow person that was raised in Atlanta and is Nigerian, I take you as that's Atlanta, dog. So yeah, like I was saying, back to what you were saying about people thinking that your channel is bigger than what it is. Like I said, the sub counts never mattered, and they still don't technically matter. And that's the one thing, because back then, like people would hide their sub counts. No one because they knew there was clout involved if you would find out who has a sub count.
You know what I value more than the sub count?
Yeah,
actually seeing new people in the chat that I never seen, because now I could actually see the shit. I'm like, all right, bet I never seen that person. But when I'm seeing the numbers going up, I don't know them. I don't know who is the people that's hitting the sub button.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
true.
I'm not gonna say I don't value them, but I actually value when I could see like a new shiesty bum. This one is like, you know what I'm saying? EBT bum. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, right.
EBT bum. You know what I mean? That's a new person. That's a cousin. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what's up. Yeah, that's a good feeling. And also like the word on the street, like, oh, did you watch that witch doctor stream? Right.
Yeah.
Hearing that, or oh, sorry, Soul, I missed your stream yesterday. I'm like, oh, don't worry. Like that type of shit. That type of shit.
Right.
Like you said, someone would want to ask you, like, oh, are you going live? Or someone, I remember Gabe would be like, Gabe A. I don't know if you know Gabe A, but Gabe A is like, dude, every time you reschedule your stream, I get pissed off. I'm like, bro, like, it just happens and shit. It's not like I do that on purpose. Sometimes I got shit to do, you know? But that is what matters, dude. Like I said, the chat matters. Your sub count doesn't really fucking matter. I mean, the space does not, well, I think we're kind of, the space numbers wise, I don't think we're kind of declining, actually. Ironically, space is kind of declining. If you look at streams and live chat, I think we're going lower, actually.
I think the space could change and be better.
Yeah.
And be more entertaining. But a lot of gatekeeping and a lot of cock blocking pause in the space. You know what I'm saying? Where like look at like a person like Angry Man or any, like a lot of the older people that been in the space should give way to newer people. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he probably put people on that I don't know and shit. I'm just using him as an example. But I don't see a lot of shit like that. A lot of times when I'm in the space, a lot of people, they come to my channel, and because they've been in the space longer, they try to like pull rank on you and shit like that. And it's like, bro, why are you trying to like, you're trying to limit me. It's like I feel like you're trying to limit me and be my ceiling, and I don't like that shit, man.
Nah, it's
That's
just
why I be rocking with. That's why if you notice, I try to have a lot of newer people on my channel, like people
yeah.
that nobody never seen or never came up. I like that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's why I don't. I would rather let new niggas do what they want to do instead of try to go on panels and say, "Oh, we shouldn't be doing this," or "We talked about this before." I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Like that's not cool. Let new people figure it out and do what they want to do, and maybe they'll create something that's funny as fuck, right? And that's why I appeared in your chat. Someone told me about, you go check out Witch Doctor. I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. I was like, all right, cool. I see why. All right, I'm here. There we go. I'm not just gonna appear in everyone's chat because some of these chats are lame and some of these panels are lame. Like, and I'm someone who has a weird side of humor. People who know me would know. But to make me laugh or make me even appear in a chat, yeah, that's something. And it's like I said, it doesn't matter about your damn sub count or whatever the hell. But sub count don't matter. Like I said, back then people were hiding sub counts because of clout. I don't know if you know who Jessica X is. Do you know of her? Back in the day,
I heard about Jessica X, but I wasn't here for the Jessica X.
You missed out. So at one point, Angry Man used to hide his sub count. At one point, he had like 20 something K subs, which on Black YouTube is actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good, actually. But Jessica X also had 20K subs. Now, back then, female channels were still active. But yeah, like Cynthia G and Pink Pill and stuff like that, right? But a female channel in this space at 20K or higher was kind of like, oh, okay. Like Paris Milan numbers and like those channels, right? Like, I guess currently like your Pink Book Lessons channels, right? Like it's kind of more, it's going to be more common seeing channels go to that higher level now. But back then it wasn't. So seeing someone like Jessica X who never showed herself have 20K subs close to Angry Man's channel was like, oh, okay, shit. So you going to, like you were saying about OGs promoting other newer channels, right? I just had a stream yesterday, talked about that shit. I'm like, dude, why is O'Shea Duke Jackson on Lucky's channel? Like, that is off, dude. That is completely off. Now, O'Shea has promoted a lot of people when he was in the space. He still is in the space. He just does the celebrity gossip. But him appearing and doing an interview with Lucky, I have my theory. But you want to guess what my theory is? I don't know if you watched my stream, but you
go ahead.
Guess.
I want to hear this theory.
All right. Theory. So basically, she did a stream to respond to Simp God. Because Simp God did a stream with Tommy roasting Lucky, right? They both were roasting Lucky. And if Simp God appears in this chat during his premiere, I'm pretty sure he could correct me, but I think that's my theory. And it was said, Simp God, I remember he said, and I could, correct me if I'm wrong, but he said that no one cares about what Lucky's saying, and Lucky's numbers are extremely low. So what'd she do? She grabbed an OG from the space, to boost those numbers up. That's why O'Shea, that's why you have a Lucky and O'Shea collab. But really, like optic wise, it doesn't make sense at all. Like that collab makes no sense at all. I mean, at all.
Why you said it don't make sense?
Because O'Shea could have appeared on a channel like LAR Movement. That used to be his old co-host. Or he could have appeared on Team Fatty or Ali, some channel that's like strictly like on Manosphere, blah blah blah, right? A male channel, right? But him picking Lucky just seems, because Lucky's in the space, right? You would say Lucky's in the space, right? I don't know if she like gender bangs like that. Seems like she just does TMZ tabloid shit, but I just think it could have been another channel O'Shea could have appeared on. I just found it weird that he would have, because O'Shea doesn't do a lot of collabs.
I mean, I recently seen him and LAR Movement on a panel together. They was kicking it.
Yeah, that's on there. That's on O'Shea's channel, right?
Probably is.
Yeah.
I seen O'Shea on Freezy channel.
Oh, that makes sense because of the Anton shit. He wanted to. That's what the Anton cloud. So that makes sense. But yeah, right.
And I think Lucky knows a lot of these other content creators.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, she's doing. I think she got 7K subs. I think, or she got. Once again, female channels, like, there's honestly no excuse. Like, if you can't get up to 5K in this space as a female channel, it means you're really not trying. You're not trying at all, because you can go on easy mode and get to 1K pretty easily here as a female, or even 2K, 3K. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just whether they want to do that or not out. So if Reese's out there, start a channel. I still think Reese should start a channel. She should still start one and just go crazy. That'd be great.
Yeah, if Reese started a channel, I could already see what kind of channel it would be. But I think she'd grow. I think she'd grow surprisingly fast if she did.
Yeah. She got some,
because it'll be easy to be consistent with the type of content I would imagine her doing. You know what I'm saying? Just fire it up and let it rip. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean,
kind of like what Bomb Cherry does. But I actually think she'd do a better Bomb Cherry job than Bomb Cherry.
Now, yeah, Bomb's had many channels, but I would say what she does well, like, she has lasting power. I mean, she does the same style, you know, this kind of low key setup, nothing crazy, nothing flashy, and she be going in. And people still watching for years, you know. Sometimes, and that's the thing about years back, you didn't need all this glamour shit and all this setup stuff, you know, avatar or not, you know. Sometimes you had the crappiest mic ever, you know. Shout out to DJ Kuda with the mic shit, but that shit did not really matter. The setup did not matter, you know? I still think it still doesn't matter till this day. I really don't think it matters either.
I don't think the setup matters, the entertainment value. It's just how you use whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm big on using what you got.
And I think it's harder for new guys because now you're post Kevin Samuels now. So now it's like, well, if something spicy comes out like Kevin Hart, although that was kind of a weak little story though. That didn't last. That, like, what, a couple of days, 3 days, and that was it.
Yeah.
But if you get a big story and, like, you have pressure now to shit, I might have to cover that if I'm gonna be relevant. Fuck, you know, stay with the Black YouTube side of
and
things.
There's a bunch of people that's gonna cover it. What I usually do, I don't rely on the story.
Yeah.
It don't matter what it is. I'm gonna cover it, and even if 5 people cover it, as long as I get a glimpse of what they done, you know what I'm saying? And even if I don't, I'm gonna cover it in a different way every time. Because I'm not relying on that shit. I'm just gonna crack my joke. I'm just gonna be on some bullshit. I'll let up some real crazy people to talk about this shit. It don't matter what the topic is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that goes back to the comment on their chat. Goes back to the chat. I mean, are you somewhat funny, or can someone listen to you if you want to be serious? You know, there's many angles, right? I mean, but yeah. You know, 5 people could cover Kevin Hart stream, right? But maybe only, like, who has the best chat out of those 5 channels, right? I mean, those things will make people stick out. I think, but I think on the female channel side, I think it's harder for them to stick out currently because, I mean, you gotta have a different angle.
I don't know if it's harder for the female channels. I just think a lot of female channels rely too much on narrow shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna doll up, I'm gonna hit the camera, niggas is gonna choose, and that you can't, and it give a lot of them a false and is a disadvantage to a lot of them too. It give them like a false perception of growth, or a false perception. Because, like, look at Jazz. She came up off the Anton shit hella fast.
Yeah.
But is she a good content creator? Like, I don't knock her. She's good on panels and stuff. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? She still gotta figure it out. She still gotta figure it out. And I think a lot of female content creators that been in this space long, you could look at them and look at the Jazz, and you could see the huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Because they figured their way, like a Danica Marie and Six the Goddess, and these people. They've been here so long. Even Lucky, they figured, like, they feng shui and how to do their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I said, like, if I see a new female channel that's entering the space, I'm like, okay, what angle are you gonna take? You know, and I don't even know Jazz. And I'm like, oh, she has a big channel. I'm like, what does she talk about? Like, that's the thing. Are people talking about this person in the chats, or is there some type of word of
No, her
mouth?
channel blew up after the Anton stuff, and she blew up real fast. Her channel got monetized within like a week. I can't remember how much subs she got, but I don't even think she had a channel. Her
Right.
channel just skyrocketed out of nowhere from that shit. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
and that's great, right? On the money side, right? But Bomb Cherry, like you said, a Bomb Cherry, a Cynthia G, a Danica Marie, like, you have to have something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna stick out, because my question is like,
to me,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say what Bomb Cherry got is like, I guess she got her core audience.
Yeah.
So it don't matter what she do, she could just be up there sewing, talking about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't matter. She don't gotta put a lot of effort into it.
Not
You
at
know what I'm
all.
saying?
But Jazz might have to, because I'm like, well, what does she talk about? Like, why should I be in her chat and then someone else's other chat, you know? I don't know. I just like, it goes back to the character thing I'm talking about. Like, it's hard to stick out nowadays, I think, because I think it's harder to stick out. And that's not even on channel size anymore. Like I said, from you guys, it's you, Grimlord, Hamburglar, I should say. But there's way more people that started channels, I thought, from Lapeith and Fight Club and all that. But I can only think about you, May 4, honestly.
I don't know what makes people. I guess a lot of people try to do what works. You know what I'm saying? I like doing what works, yeah, but I like understanding why it worked. If I understand why it worked, I could engineer my own version of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like with anything. If you know why a circuit work, you don't gotta build that same circuit. Like if you got a circuit with a switch and a bulb, or like anything you got, you don't gotta build the same exact thing. If you understand the workings of the shit, you could just create your own version of the shit. But a lot of people don't do that. They see Kevin Samuel, they're like, you know what? Let me get a suit. Let me get a background. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a mic, and let me just talk the talking points. You know what I'm saying? Exactly everything.
Point, yeah.
You could switch it up. You could get the suit. You could put a fucking you could get the suit. You could get the background. You could talk about something different. You could wear a wife beater.
Yeah.
And don't get the suit and talk about everything. You don't even gotta do it the same way. You could just switch it up. You know what I'm saying? But people think they see something that work. They see T-Pain do auto-tune. They're like, fuck it, let me do auto-tune. Then they get oversaturated and then they get annoying to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's easy blueprints versus creativity, because creativity it's fun as hell. It can be entertaining, but there's no guarantee on the money side of it. And I think this is not because of Kevin. He showed you a side that, yeah, you can guarantee it. If you do it this way, you can get money this way. And it actually did work. It did work, but who knows if is it long-term or short-term? In this side of the space, a lot of shit is short-term, honestly.
To me, it was creative for him. It was creative how he did it. He even had his talking point. He created his shit, but everybody else following it, they ain't being creative. They just replicated.
I'll say something. He did not create the talking points, though. He did copy them from the space, but he was the one who got viral. Like a lot of the shit he was talking about, nothing was new. The space was talking about this shit. But he's the one who got viral off it.
So you're saying he didn't use no creativity at all?
Creating his channel, yeah. Creating his channel, yeah. But what he was saying, no. That shit came from nigga panels. the origin from that was panels and shit.
I mean, it took some creativity to take it to a different level. He had to do something different from what he was. I mean, if you take out the different, he had to probably put the elements that was already existing in his own combination and make it work or some shit.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm not going to belittle what he did. He is a good YouTuber. That's a fact. But I'm just talking about the points that was being said. Everything else, the science behind his channel, no, that's on him. That's on him.
Yeah, the talking points. I don't be giving a fuck about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, man, I wish these niggas would. This is why I be trying to avoid too much gender war topics Or when
Exactly.
people gender banging, we like to call it, oh yeah, gender bang. We but have the gender bang awards. We had like the bandit awards the other day and shit. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
Like tell somebody they're gender banger so they could feel uncomfortable about that shit. You know what I mean?
And you know what? It's good to make them feel that way, honestly. In 2026, especially if you're a young person, like you need to tap out of that shit. I usually say, especially if you're a dude, it should not take you but a couple of months to consume that gender war and to get fucking okay. I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to go ahead and consume it this for full entertainment and not take it so seriously. Like it should not take you a long period of time to be like, okay, it's been 5 years and I understand. Like, no, it should take you a very, especially the saturation of that content nowadays. It should not take you a long time at all. Like you should be able to unplug very quickly. I would hope.
But this shit would ruin your relationships, bro.
And here's the thing, right? I didn't enter the space for a solution. I actually did the solution. I created the solution in real life, and then I found a space. The space didn't help me, and it didn't make me some expert. Like dating is like I said, up and downs, right? Up and downs, right? Just because I entered the space and I heard some shit doesn't mean like, oh, now I'm just up here and okay, everything's no. It's just I'm a bit more aware of things. If anything else, I'm a bit more aware of things. But sometimes that awareness can be a fucking weakness. Sometimes it might be good to be naive about certain things.
Why you say that?
It's one thing about I'm talking about like the Manosphere shit and red pill, all other pill shit. Being aware can be good, but sometimes if you're too aware, it's hard. Like when you study something, right? You study like a book or something, right? You're gonna remember that information, right? You can't undo the book that you read.
I see what you're saying.
So that can sometimes be a bad thing in certain things. When it comes to real life shit, it's not always like, oh, I read this book and woohoo, this takes me here. There's no guarantee of that, So that's the thing that people need to be aware of. Like, yeah, go ahead and read the book. Just understand that there's no guarantees after you read that book, and you cannot undo what you consumed.
So you're saying once you see certain shit, you can't unsee it and unnotice it in different scenarios and shit.
I don't think so. I don't think that's why the pill shit. Because even for me, when I first entered the space, I thought when I heard about those pills, like, oh my god, no way! Like, I was like, oh, blown away because I never heard it before, right? But I quickly found out, especially during, I call him Perfume Sama, Kim Samuel's arc. I'm like, oh shit. That Manosphere space is just focused on monetization and kind of coping. I thought they were trying to find solutions or something like that. I thought it was focused on like, okay, I'm a man. This is what I dealt with. This is what I did to figure it out. That's what I thought the Manosphere was supposed to be on. That's why I even entertained it, at first. But then I found out, oh shit, okay, y'all just on some bullshit. Like, okay. And then but once you jump, everyone jumped ship, right? Well, some people didn't. Some people still like BGS and Anger Man. I guess they still think they're Manosphere people, but you jump ship, but you still read that book, So that's what I meant. You can leave the space, but that's why sometimes people say, oh, well, these Manosphere adjacent. It's because, well, you left. Yeah, you left, but you still got that. You still consumed it at a certain point in time, maybe a long time ago or something. You don't forget the shit. But I think it could be negative though, because imagine someone who's just consuming that shit and he can't even, understand that. Fuck, man. Like, I'm just stuck in this fucking cope loop, doom loop or whatever,
Yeah, that shit is some depressing shit. That should make people paranoid of the opposite sex. Like you think they out to get you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it can. It definitely can. And there's solutions out there, but for men, like, what if you did all that and there's no guarantee? Like, that's the thing about being a man, though. There's literally no guarantee. You can do what the internet says to do, right? Oh, let me go to the gym, do this, do that, do this, and then that don't mean shit. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, based on what you're trying to do, I mean, there's no guarantees.
Yeah, there ain't no guarantee. As an adult in general, there's no guarantees, bro.
Right. Exactly. But I don't know what's gonna happen after, because Anton. I don't know who's after. I don't know what's after Anton. But there's gonna be someone else.
Mm.
Might be a woman. Who knows? Um, but that Kevin Samuel viral shit, I don't know if that's ever gonna happen again. I don't think that's gonna happen again. Or it might when we're very old, like we're like in our 50s and 40s, and we're like knightish.
Yeah, somebody's gonna come through, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it mightn't
Yeah.
be on the level of Kevin Samuel, but you never know. Cause celebrities fuck with Kevin Samuel, but right now though, the likelihood of celebrities fucking with podcasts is even higher because a lot of celebrities is dying out from the old ways of celebrities has changed. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. That's another
The
good point.
gate for celebrities is not even that big no. The gate is not even up no more. The gate is loose. You know what I'm saying? So any one of us tomorrow you could become a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Is the people make you a celebrity? No, it's not like the gatekeeping. You got to go through media training. None of that shit.
Oh
But
no,
it's
that's
raw
gone. I
celebrity.
mean, look what happened to I Show Speed. That dude did a Caribbean tour, African tour, billions of numbers. Is he's basically a celebrity. That he did that by himself. This with internet, like an
Yeah.
internet connection. But you mentioned a good thing about celebrities. Like that's another thing the space took a hit on too. The celebrities are talking about the same shit. They're doing their gender warring shit too. So it's like
The
once
only
again
thing that,
saturation.
but and I go back to what you were saying. That is what would make the space stand out. The local news.
Mm.
The celebrities is international news, but the local news is who and who got who dating in the chat, who sent
There
who
you go.
nudes. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go. That's the
Yeah.
shit. That's the shit that I think some people may disagree, right? Like Big J may say, "Oh, well, we gotta end this space." I'm like, bruh, like
Nah.
there's spaces for serious shit. There you can go. There's a political space on YouTube. You can go there. But yeah, the local news, like Negaverse or Negatube local news, that's where the space survives, dog. That people may not want to admit to shit, but if you were to do streams with no chat in this space, dude, the space is dead.
It
Space is dead.
dry up. Right,
It's dead.
right. That shit would dry
It's
up,
gone.
bro.
It's basically gone. No panels, space is gone. No chats, space is gone. That's just the truth. That's it. People may not want to admit that shit, but that shit is gone.
You know what I'm saying? That's what made I think shit like this what made me and T fell out, you know what I'm saying? Recently.
You and Antique beefed?
I'm not beefing with him. I hope he's not beefing with me because I didn't notice, you know what I'm saying? If he
Okay.
was, But we was cool, you know what I'm saying? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he just being weird with me and shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
One time he
yeah.
came on my channel saying that I think that content create something about money. I think he got an issue with people trying to do shows for money and shit like that. And he also said that I pretend to not be messy. But I don't pretend to not be messy. You know what I'm saying? I might sarcastically, but it's obviously I'm being sarcastic. That's part of the sarcasm. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And it's just trying to keep your hands clean. You know what I mean?
No, I mean,
You ain't gotta put that in there though. You ain't gotta put that
no,
in there.
we can talk about Antique, but I think based on comments I've had with Antique on his streams before, I think he understands the difference between what the new space is. Well, new space versus pre-Kevin space. Like just the difference with that. I think he's aware that he's probably not satisfied with the current modern space. A lot of people aren't, but at the same time, what are you gonna do about it? I mean, we can only do whatever you want to do on your channel, and that's it. I mean, the direction the space goes is the way it goes. Like for instance, I don't really give a shit about the bounty shit. I think that shit's lame. I think it kind of destroys.
Yeah, I love the
content.
bounty shit. I love
See,
the
there you
bounty.
go. But years
That's
back, we
one
didn't
of
have
the
that
things.
shit.
That's one of the things too. I think he doing like I think the people like Auntie and probably even you might even fall onto this. Some of y'all don't like some of the new ways, and it's like
Right.
that's just when that's just all the people that don't like younger music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. I mean,
Because I'm looking at this shit as
yeah.
entertainment. Like a lot of times when people up there, they just giving their opinion. So I don't think their opinion is that on that of a level that they deserve an exempt from somebody paying to get them the fuck up out of here. When I'm doing serious panels, I like to keep the panel closed. You know what I'm saying? And it don't have no bounties. But when any and everybody could hit the link, it's bounties. If you invited and it's a closed panel, then it's not bounties. Like on the ladies show, it's not bounties. When the panel is open for everybody to come on, now it's bounties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want to speak for Auntie, but I'm thinking when it comes to the bounties, because the bounties got popular during Fight Club and Lapeef, I believe.
Yeah.
We weren't doing bounties before all that. That wasn't a thing. People just came up and smoke. That's pretty much it. No one got dropped unless you did some crazy ass shit. That was it. But because the space is so saturated, more tabloid TMZ lenient now, right? You have that. You have less characters, right? You have that. That's less. Even the chats. The chats are not. There's only a handful of really decent chats. And I was talking about this on my last stream. Like years back, we had so many channels with like really great chats. That's not the same. Like that's like someone. Well, shout out to BR. BR was like, "Oh, Witch Doctor has a good chat." I'm like, "Yeah, his chat's good." But I'm like, we had tons of them. Like tons of them.
Who's BR?
She's in the Bismillah. She might be watching.
Bismillah. Oh,
yeah.
Show so to her.
She's in my chats a lot. She mentioned
Yeah, I be wanting to make sure I appreciate the people who spread word of mouth, because a lot of the people them that I come up from around, like the Fight Club people, they from Fight Club. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not from Fight Club. I never been on a Fight Club ever. I never been on Fight Club. When I seen Fight Club episode was when Fight Club was ending.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not from Fight Club. So I'm like more like an outsider. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times the people from Fight Club, they got like a certain type of camaraderie amongst each other. So my camaraderie is with the people them that be on my channel now. Like the gays, Free the Greens, and you know what I'm saying, Next Level. These people that come through from my channel, the ladies that be on the channel, that's who I'm building a camaraderie with, because none of us been on Fight Club like that. We're not Fight Club people, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Fight Club, but we're not Fight Club.
I don't know. Once again, but see, that's where like it's
But I want to say this about the bounty though. The bounties, I think the bounties, I'd like the bounties because one, sometimes the panel be full. And if somebody pay to get you on up out of here, you got to get up on out of here. Two, it give the people a way to interact with the content. If they don't want somebody up there, they could get them on up out of there. This is another interaction. Three, it help pay the content creator. It help pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? The thing about when I see other people content that do like low farm content, like just no disrespect, like a bomb cherry, just go live and just let it run. Or somebody that does low. I don't like doing that shit. I prepare my shit. I make my thumbnails. Animate them a little bit for just the starting. I don't use that for any other part. Just at the starting for my intro. And then I gotta throw it away. But I put time into doing that shit. I make clips, music from other people in the track. I spend some time on that shit. So I would want to be compensated. If this shit could pay all of my fucking monthly expenses, my content would increase, because I would stop all the other shit that I'm doing for money and put all of my you'll see the improvement. I'm not just taking the people bread and just, I don't know, going to Magic City or some shit. I'm not doing that shit. I'm literally putting back my shit into my content. I actually wish if I could pay other people to do certain shit so I could free myself up, so I could do more a certain, because I'm trying to take my shit to the next level. So I do want to get paid for it. So when people like Auntie and these other people that got I don't know, they probably doing YouTube on some hobby stuff, Like I feel a way when they come around telling people that content creators shouldn't make bread, or however, I'm paraphrasing, however they
Yeah.
saying it. I don't like that shit. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Like I'm not trying to do the same thing you doing, bro. I'm literally trying to do what the people is entertained by. I'm gonna ask them, what y'all think we should review first? I'm not trying to, I don't got a message that I'm bringing to the people. All I'm bringing to the people is entertainment, bro. I don't got no agenda of, oh, I'm trying to do this. Like I'm not doing none of that shit, bro. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I think once again, this post Kevin Samuels, like a lot of channels came through and were like, yeah, money first, right? I want to get paid first. Now that's not everyone, right? It's not everyone, but you know, streaming does take a lot of time and energy. You know, when I go live, I can 3 hours is kind of like my max. Like I try not to go to 4. Sometimes I do, but 3 is like, okay, I gotta get the fuck out of here. You know, peace out. I gotta go back to real life. It takes time. Yeah, I'm not gonna say coming from one auntie, I think he might have some opinions on is like, you know, people that were before pre-Kevin, and we just, you know, we had a lot of luxury years back. Like I said, a lot of great chats, a lot of great channels, a lot of good panels, opportunities. Like I said, that local news you were talking about, that word on the street shit, word of mouth shit was really strong back then. Really strong. I mean, yeah, if you got monetized, cool. But I think there was less people on money first. They just happened to get monetized back then.
no, if you're doing this content money first,
yeah,
this is not the type of content to do.
Hell
These
no.
panel shit, because it's not that lucrative at the starting. You're gonna do a lot of money last shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I done gave mad people beats for free, just trying to get people to shout out my DJ Witch Doctor channel before I even started podcasting. But the thing about it is, you can't put the money first. You got to put the message first if that's what you're doing the content for. And if you're doing it for entertainment, you got to put your entertainment first. You know what I'm saying? You always got to give out value before you receive the bread. When you go at the store, you pick up the goods and then you pay for it. You don't pay for the goods first at the store. So you want to provide value to the people first. This is why before you even get paid, you was doing all of these free shows for watch hours and subscribers. You want to provide you got to give them something first. I used to be shy about asking people for bread because I know some of the people, they ain't even got no bread like that. They're regular people. They're not no big celebrities. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of shit I be preferring we crowdfunded. But some people, when I'm not even live, some people send me a cash app in message. Yo, when you going live, show to Judge J. Sometimes Judge J message you by sending you a cash app. Yo, check out this topic or some shit when you're not even live, bro. So I remember early on a lot of people was like, oh, y'all content creators need to just get a job. Like, what do you mean, bro? You don't want people to do this for a living? It's like that shit is fucked. To me, that's some hating shit, bro. That is fucked up. You know you don't like punching in a clock and working for somebody else, and you see another person trying to escape, but you like, nah, let me pull them back where I'm at so we all could be in here together. It's fucked up.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
well, okay, so going back to Hamburglar, right? Being a little messy, okay. I think he decided to go full time on this. Now, like you said, this space, you should not. I don't think you should be full time in this space as a YouTuber. I really don't. Because you might. I mean, I think it's short term. Like, or if you're like hobby and you
so
just
you're
happen
saying
to
people shouldn't be full time content creators, basically.
In this space, I mean, it's unless you're willing to do what Hamburglar is doing at that level and keep up with it.
I'm not talking about this space. I'm just talking about a YouTube. Because you
YouTube,
gotta grow
YouTube.
out. You can't stay in the same place. You know what I'm saying? You gotta grow out of it. You know what I'm saying? That
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. If you could, especially now, you can. Full time is possible.
Angry Man is full time. Angry Man is full time.
Are you sure he's not like? You don't think he has another job in real life that he just balances out with this one? But
I don't think maybe he could have other businesses and shit.
yeah,
But I don't think he's had nothing else that he's put this much time into. This is his main time consumer.
I mean, he is mad consistent. But I would hope, because his numbers, his numbers ain't showing it though, man.
He does a lot of content on a lot of different platforms. YouTube, well, I only see him on YouTube and IG, but I know he got other platforms.
Oh, maybe it's maybe this is his full-time thing. Maybe it is. You might be right. But that took years. I mean, you might be right. I don't know, but I just don't think
content creation could become full-time. This space might be your main thing, but other people who's not from this space will still consume your content. But I do think content creation could be a full-time thing. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta willing to take a lot of beating at the early on, because you're not gonna be getting a lot of bread early on. You know what I'm saying? And when there's people that's trying to hinder you from getting bread, when the grind is like, damn, it's like saying, oh, actors shouldn't get money. It's like, damn, what are you doing, bro? We providing a service. We trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want us to be out here trapping and selling narcotics. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think if you're talking about all of YouTube or the social media platforms, yeah, it's possible based on what you're doing. Like, you can, I mean, people go viral on like car channels all the time, or gaming channels all the time, or like I said, I show Speakz, or like full-time streamers. Like, it is a possible thing. I'm just talking about this space specifically. No, I don't think you should do that. You can't rely on this space. Like this space, like I said, ups and downs, fluctuates, right? I mean,
right.
But internet, sure. The whole global internet.
Yeah, I don't mean this space. You can't limit yourself to this space, because how much people is even in this space? You got to
very small space. Very small. Yeah, you're right. I agree on that.
And everybody else that subscribe to you, people will assume that they're part of the space. A lot of people subscribers is people that don't even know that there's a space. You know what I mean?
Some people are not aware, yeah. And a lot of channels share the same subscribers.
Soul Provider presents the Negaverse. The Negaverse.